Welcome to the October.
Wait. What was that? Why the fuck do I have tits in a vajayjay?
Yes, welcome to the...
Karto, what the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do? You...
Hey, I'm wearing a cat hat, for God's sake.
I just turned into a vampire.
What did you do? Did you, like, piss off a fucking witch or something? Like, what the fuck did you do?
Oh,
hear me?
Trust me, you should see Zizi and Preston's. Oh, God.
Oh, we can hear you, don't worry.
Oh, right. You're
just
ignoring
yeah.
Because we've got pressing concerns right now.
Yeah, Hunter hasn't actually had a look around yet, and he hasn't noticed that we've all become female.
Yeah.
I hardly noticed anyway.
Holy shit, you're here.
Oh, right. That.
Yes, it is Halloween, and for this month, for some odd reason...
It was Halloween and you hexed him.
Yeah. For some odd reason, our chibis have gone all gender bent on us.
You motherfucking Karto.
Yeah, I'm still not satisfied.
God damn it.
Whether it's boobs or penis, I'm still small.
And your hair is fucking pink. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yes. I didn't know what you're talking about. I didn't notice for ages. I mean, considering I can't see any actual.
Yeah, I was about to say beforehand. Hunter hasn't actually seen all the chibis yet. He's the only one who hasn't.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this might take me off. Surprise. For some reason. Did you do this specifically for Halloween?
Yeah.
What are you exactly? Why don't you explain your characters?
Mine has brown eyes, blue hair, and is meh. Nretsew's has green eyes, blue hair, and is meh.
And has a very sexual.
That's your sexual level.
I have no idea what that is.
But I've got a very sexy dress though, so shut up, Karto.
Hunter has brown eyes, pink hair, and is hot.
I'm hot.
Shut up, I'm hotter than you.
Zizi has caring purple eyes, maroon perm hair, and is a gardener. Preston has brown eyes, red hair, and is ha-ha.
And Jason isn't even included.
So in other words, Preston is a clown.
Preston's a clown.
And even though she isn't here, Megan has perverted black eyes, a lime perm hair, and is an astronaut.
Perverted black eyes. Is she a beta Z?
Oh, you wait. Those eyes stare.
Oh, the expression. I thought you meant the eye colour. I thought, how could the eye colour change the perversion?
Those eyes are rapey.
Yeah. But yeah, so I decided just to basically, if you want to know why all our chibis are gender bent, one, it's Halloween.
And two, we're pretty.
I pissed off a witch.
Well, two actually because I got linked to a website and I got everybody to mess about on it, and we all found out what our gender bent selves look like.
That's a good question. What's our favourite witches?
I don't know.
That is an excellent question. I can't answer it right now because I'm too busy freaking out.
I really like those witches from Zelda, those twins. They were quite cool. And the hot and cold. Does me actually count as a witch?
Well, anyway, while we're trying to adjust to our new selves, let's get on with some news.
Emotional.
I know. Let's get on with some news.
I feel very little difference.
That's quite scary, actually.
Oh, you wait till the hormones kick in.
I thought he already had.
Whatever.
I don't think we kicked in just yet. Oh shit, there they go.
Okay, so first up, the Wii U has got a release date. It is coming November 30th here in the UK, and I still couldn't give a shit about it.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not going
I'm
to
gonna. I've got a really good picture for this, which is basically look at how many fucks I give.
Yeah.
See, I wonder if there's a person out there who's bought like every new like upgrade for like every single Xbox or PS3 or something like that. Every single console, every single variation.
It'll be like the Mega Tower.
Yeah.
The Mega Tower.
But
a Mega Drive. It's like a giant
to make a mech. Yeah.
Now,
yeah, make a giant mech out of the consoles.
At the same time, at the same little conference as Nintendo was telling everybody about the Wii U, they also showed off some games coming out for it.
Ooh.
Pretty much the entire thing we already knew about, and nobody really cared, apart from one.
Pikmin 3.
Nope. That we already knew about.
No one else does.
Everybody knew about Pikmin 3. That was announced at E3.
Yeah, but you said that's the one thing everyone can
No. I'm saying there was one game nobody was expecting and got everybody talking.
This game.
Bayonetta 2 was announced.
Sticking to our theme, it has tits in it.
Yeah, and it's a witch.
And witches. Wow, look at that.
Yes. Bayonetta 2 was announced as a Wii U exclusive.
You didn't notice the witch part, did you, Nretsew? It was just the tits that caught your attention.
Yeah.
No, the tits in the one-handed controls. Have you seen that video? The dude in the one that's just wow. The possibilities are never ending.
One-handed control.
So I mean, what do you guys actually have any of you two played the original Bayonetta?
I haven't even seen the Let's Play so much of.
I've got a friend who keeps linking me videos to it. So I have some experience.
Yeah, I've played it. I liked it. I was excited to hear that there is going to be a sequel after them constantly saying there wasn't.
And now you have to buy a fucking Wii U.
Yeah. It's not going to be coming out on any other console. It's going to be a Wii U exclusive.
I'm just thinking of an interesting thing to say when you shut up.
Well, it's let me just get this out of the way. Because obviously, they actually said that it wouldn't. This is obviously Nintendo's big pull to get in some mature gamers.
Oh yeah. Sure, bunch of teenagers will be all over themselves to buy
which the more powerful her attacks get, her bloody clothes start coming off. Yeah, that's going to get more mature people in there, isn't it?
What I love is the fact that they actually Platinum Games, who made the game, actually say that if it wasn't for Nintendo, the sequel would never have been made.
Like I said, it's a marketing thing for Nintendo. They're trying to get more perverts, mature people.
Well, Nintendo are actually helping make the game.
Nintendo, perving it up. Since 2013. Yeah.
I love the fact that because Sega had some input on the original game, even though they were mainly just its distributor.
Well, Platinum Games, most of that stuff goes through Sega, does it not?
Yeah,
like,
but
what was that one with that guy in that suit that comes to mind? That Vanquish. Yeah, Vanquish was another one of the games that I remember.
Yeah, there was Mad World on the Wii, Vanquish, Bayonetta, and Anarchy Reigns, something like that.
I've never heard of Anarchy Reigns, but I've definitely heard of the former.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Sega are still kind of involved in Bayonetta 2, but it's more like it in name only.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is strange considering, like I said, all Sega generally did is release the games. But this time, Nintendo are releasing Bayonetta 2.
As you mentioned.
Nintendo be stealing all Sega's shit.
If only they would steal Sonic.
Yes. They should just trade. Sega makes a Mario game and Nintendo makes a Sonic game.
The closest we've ever got to that... The closest we've ever got to that is Nintendo working on the Sonic character for Smash Brothers, and Sega working with the Mario characters for the Olympic Games.
Yep.
Mm.
That's the closest we've ever got, and it's probably the closest we'll ever get.
Yeah, until both companies go bankrupt.
Which, considering the way things are looking for each company right now, might not take too long.
Considering I don't give a fuck about Mario, so Sega can mess that up as much as they want. And, you know, Nintendo is a pretty damn fine company when it comes to game development, particularly franchise, as that's the only thing they ever do, basically.
Right, now moving on. Right, this probably Chris will only know what I'm talking about here.
For once.
Yeah.
Oh, fine,
You know,
leave me out, why don't you?
Well,
Jeez.
a little while back, one of our leading game stores in the UK, just known as Game, pretty much shut all of its stores.
Yep.
But they left the other store that they own, Game Station, open.
Yep.
Now it's been unveiled that they're actually going to be fusing the two together. And that all Game Stations...
Considering the locations of separate stores...
All Game Stations are going to become Game.
Game Stations.
Yeah. This is stupid.
Hang on. No. This happened different in New Zealand, but it did happen. It was what was it? There were two. We had EB Games, which is basically GameStop, except different name, and there was another company, but I can't remember what they were called. It was Game something though. Game. I think it was IG or something. I can't remember what it was actually called. But basically, what happened was GameStop brought them out. Essentially.
Yeah.
And so they both merged. So it's fairly similar.
Well, no.
Personally, I would prefer to have two game stores.
Yeah, well, here it's basically the fact that Game owned Game Station for years.
They had an essential monopoly. They just, for some reason, had two different names of the stores.
Yeah, and they would basically sell things, but they'd have like different looks.
Yeah.
Game was like really professional looking. It tried to be stylish. Game Station was a bit more aimed at more casual, a more normal gaming market.
Yeah.
The sort of thing and usually Game Station was more popular.
Oh yeah.
This resulted in Game.
Because it was cheaper.
Yeah, this resulted in Game going out of business and closing most of their stores.
Don't cost money.
Yeah. So Game closed most of their stores, left Game Station open. Now they're saying, oh, we're going to actually change all Game Stations into Game.
What a shame.
It's like such a stupid move. The opposite should have happened.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the same with me and the whole thing, because I preferred the other store, because the other store didn't just sell games, it also sold DVDs.
Yeah.
And by DVDs, I mean fucking anime.
Yeah.
So... I was actually kind of pissed when that happened, but I've got nothing against EB. I mean, they're pretty good, although they are very expensive. But the thing is, since they're so expensive, I can just go somewhere else and buy my games.
Yeah.
Because in New Zealand, there's plenty of places to buy games.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's not that many places to buy anime, which is why I was so pissed at the time. But now that I found a store down here, in my new city, where I can buy my anime fairly cheap, it's still very fucking expensive. But then again, isn't anime always so fucking expensive these days?
Yeah.
Well, wait. I have to kind of laugh.
Series should not cost $60 fucking.
Well, I have to kind of laugh because of where me and Hunter live. We have both a Game and a Game Station.
Yeah.
Our Game was actually quite big,
like
but it's on. Right. Our Game was actually quite big, but it's shut. And just a few stores down, we have a Game Station, which is open, but it's tiny.
They do quite effectively.
Yeah, but it is quite small, really.
Yeah.
But does this mean that because they're does this mean that because they're swapping over, does this mean that they'll simply close down Game Station and reopen Game?
Oh no, they just make the prices higher.
No, because they have to restyle everything.
The negative aspects of everything.
But they have to restyle everything, Chris. That's the thing. They have to restyle everything from Game Station to Game, so it'd be cheaper for them to just reopen Game.
Oh, that's not part of it. It's all about them having the most inconvenience for the customer possible. If they have to close down the store for 2 months, it's fine with them.
Yeah. It's just such a stupid decision for me, because it's, like I said, nobody liked Game.
Well, they didn't hate it.
Yeah, we didn't hate it, but it was just compared to Game Station.
Yeah, it just wasn't as good.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just reminds me of that whole situation about New Zealand. We had two good... I mean, EB Games is okay. Like, I mean, they don't... Like I said, they're not... I mean, some of their stores are actually quite small, but it kind of depends on where you go. Because we've got in the major cities, if you go to the major malls, you could probably find quite a fairly large EB Games. But just I mean, the one I go to is like frickin' just a small little thing in the food court. Like, it's just a really tiny little GameStop. But like I said, if the prices are too high, I can go to a mall and find my games like at least $10 cheaper at a mall.
Yeah.
So it kind of begs the purpose. Why would I go to a EB Games or a GameStop if the price is like $10 more than if I just went upstairs to the mall or the electronics store and brought my games from there?
We kind of have something like that as well. I mean, we've got a cheaper store like the red thingamajig that's 3 letters.
Yeah, Sex.
Sexist or whatever. Yeah. And
wait, you have a shop called Sex?
Yeah, it's actually called Computer Entertainment Exchange, but they just shortened it to CEX. Sex.
So I'm basically assuming all the changes will happen where a game will change Game Station will change the game, but everyone will just go to Sex instead. And then they'll buy them and then change that to Game Station.
They'll only go to Sex because it sounds like SEX. That is some great marketing, actually. I fucking love that.
Yeah, the Sex store we have here is actually quite big and has a lot of in stock.
Tons of stuff in stock.
It's the only way of this country to actually say sex in casual conversation. It's like, I got this from Sex. And you're like, what?
Like,
you don't question it.
We go to Sexton and measure that hill.
That's what I mean. That's just great marketing. I wish we had stuff like that in New Zealand. Oh man.
Right. Enix on.
That was good.
Square Enix have once again. Square Enix have trolled their fan base once again. They announced Kingdom Hearts. They announced Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix.
Okay.
It contains HD remakes of Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix and Rechain of Memories, both of which were never released. Well, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix was never released outside Japan. Rechain of Memories was never released here in the UK. And it also contains fully 3D remade cutscenes from 358 over 2 days.
Isn't it a bit sad when they release games people already have, first of all?
Right. Then they made the trailer as open as possible. They spread it around as much as they could. Then they pretty much said that there's a very slim chance of it coming outside of Japan.
Just because they're douchebags.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is Square Enix or whatever is going the way of LucasArts by just releasing newer, slightly better versions of their products.
Well, a lot of companies have been doing that.
I mean, they're going to release like 3D games. Are there actually 3D games on the consoles?
Yeah.
Alright.
What this is the fact that a lot of companies do like HD remakes of previous games and release them all over. Square Enix here have fulfilled a lot of people's requests by remaking Kingdom Hearts in HD and have made it the best version. But then they've said, screw you, we don't want your American or British money.
We're allergic to monies.
Yeah. It's like, why the hell would you do this?
Square Enix are just the stupidest fucking company right now. I mean,
we're going to hand it out to millionaires.
You've got a multi-million-dollar product, and you're limiting the market. That's like saying, it's like going to Africa and freaking holding a sandwich in front of a starving kid.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
It's like,
and then throwing it away, by the way.
Because more profit. You get more profit if you give the kid the fucking sandwich.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. The next actual entry in the Kingdom Hearts series is going to be Kingdom Hearts 3. So
there's no way they're going to fuck around.
Yeah, wouldn't the smart thing to do would be to re-release the older games so that everybody can get caught up on what's actually going on before you release that.
Yeah. Also, did you hear Nomura has said that Kingdom Hearts 2 HD is also in the pipeline?
Yeah, he said it would be strange if they didn't.
He would be surprised if they didn't do it. Which would be...
So really, if I go by this 1.5's logic, 2.5 would be Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, possibly Birth by Sleep Final Mix, and cutscenes from Recoded.
Mm.
I'm following all of this.
That would actually fulfill... That would basically get every single game, apart from the 3DS game, openly available.
Mm. Well, considering the fact that 3DS game didn't contribute jack shit to the overall plot...
Apart from at the end.
Apart from at the end, but
Yeah, I like Dream Drop Distance, but it's like... It doesn't actually have a story until the end. The plot just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, what the hell?
Isn't that all Square Enix games nowadays?
True.
Well, I haven't played it, and once I get a 3DS and play it, then I'll be able to shed light on that, but... Yeah.
I mean, what was the last story of Final Fantasy 13 or whatever?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
And they've made 2 sequels out of it.
Aren't they at like their 50th DLC package for that game yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, good God.
What I just love about Final Fantasy 13 and everything is the fact that with 13.2 they said that they would release a load of DLC continuing the story. They released like 2, then they said, fuck it, we'll make an entirely sequel game.
Yeah.
What's the point then?
Personally, I reckon they should just stop Final Fantasy and give us something fucking new.
No. You have to remember, Final Fantasy Versus 13 looks fucking badass. But Square Enix say, no, let's not focus on that.
Going somewhere different with the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not do the game people are excited for.
Even though people call it like included as like a Mario game, you can't call Smash Bros. The same as a Mario game, can you?
Yeah. That's the thing, it's like...
I hate the people who say
the
that.
2 things people want from Square Enix, in terms of Final Fantasy, is Final Fantasy 7 HD and Versus 13. Those are the only 2 things we want.
7 dubbed.
Well, people want those 2. Those are the most common things people want from the Final Fantasy series.
Yeah.
Square Enix will give us neither.
Because they're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're the stupidest company out there right now. I mean, EA might be fucking bullshit, and they might have bad practices, but at least they're smart about it. They do it to make money. And
as much as I hate... As much as I hate EA, they at least still make millions.
I mean, think about it. At least they gave us the decency to let BioWare give us free multiplayer DLC for Mass Effect 3. And we're still getting free DLC. We're still getting free DLC. In fact, there's actually a package getting released in the next 2 or 3 days for the Mass Effect 3. So, come on. Yeah, as much as EA screw things over, they are the lesser of these big idiot companies. Yeah, they're the smart. I wouldn't say they're the lesser, but they're definitely the smarter.
Yeah. Unlike Square Enix and Capcom.
Oh, yeah, Capcom can just go suck a dick.
Yeah. I swear there's something going on with older companies now.
Oh, of course there is. They're all working together to sort of balance it out for products and whatnot. No one company can have a bad enough reputation where it goes wrong. Because as soon as one company fucks up, the other ones have to do something to compensate, so they stick with it and stuff like that.
I think it's just the, I don't know, fucking company.
There is definitely a conspiracy.
I just think that most older companies haven't got a hold of what they can do with this generation of consoles, which is stupid considering they were the ones who brought us into this generation of consoles.
Well, there you go. It's because the companies are being run by a bunch of old farts.
Yes. I will openly say that's right. They're just too... These companies are being led by people who don't know what they're doing anymore.
Never did. Especially in Capcom's case.
Well, Capcom used to be awesome, but then they just... It's like after the Dream... Well, not really after the Dreamcast.
Is it the 3D era?
Nah, it's more this generation of consoles with like with the arrival of the 360, most companies became stupid.
So we could blame Microsoft for it. Moving on.
Maybe. Yeah. Moving on to one company who actually are doing a lot of things right. NIS America. Something I would not have expected from them they are actually going to be the ones to release the Persona 4 Vita game in Europe.
Holy shit.
Yeah. An American company are releasing the Persona 4 game. And I'm like, oh my god. It's both awesome and confusing. Because I just have to laugh at how many distributors the Persona games have had.
Okay.
Because like we had Toei for Persona 3 FES, Square Enix for the original Persona 4, one of the best things they've done in years. Ghostlight for all the PSP games, and now we've got NES America for the Vita game. It's like it just gets handed around. It's like this is a big series now. Yeah. Surely a single company would have decided that we will release these games.
Not that big, Karto.
Well, everyone
You'd be surprised.
Wants money.
It's no Halo and Mass Effect.
In terms of RPGs.
Yeah, in terms of RPGs. I mean, just look at how much it's in the fucking news.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the news like every fucking week.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's like we said last podcast. Persona.
Yeah. It just... As much as I can't bring it all up, it just boggles my mind the fact that it just keeps getting handed around. This is a big series nowadays. Because I was actually expecting Ghostlight to release it, because they've done all the other handheld entries. So I thought, okay, Persona's found a place with Ghostlight. But no, NES America is like, they were possibly the last company I was expecting for this.
Mm.
But the gaming market the gaming market in general hasn't changed for so long. It's not evolving. It's just gimmick after gimmick after gimmick, and
yeah, we're stagnating at the point in this generation where we need to move on. We need
games.
No, the next generation needs to hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because this generation needs to end. Otherwise, I actually don't see much of a future for the industry as a whole. We need to evolve.
I personally think that really, I don't see why we need another generation of consoles after the 360 and PS3.
No, they're pretty adequate.
Because it's stagnating, though.
No, that's just the companies being idiots.
Their approach, but I don't think they need to change to a next console.
Yeah,
but then again, when you think about it, new ideas come with the new consoles. Look at the transition from the last generation into this generation, and just look at all the innovations that have come in from that.
No. In my opinion, gaming is becoming, well, kind of like you said, it's becoming stagnant for years. In the PS1, N64, even in the Dreamcast library of games, you have so many different ideas, so many great things, from like the PS3, 360, original Xbox, even kind of. Everything just became sequel after sequel of the same fucking thing.
See, really, I think the best idea that could save it is something that's been kind of underlooked, which is like basically privately fan-made games that can be released to everyone on those tablets and whatnot. I mean, if they actually utilise
at the moment, the only gaming market that's booming is the handheld market, and the main reason for that is because the technology on the handhelds is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Which is what I mean by the fact that we need to move up a generation.
And it's also why a lot of
what I'm saying is, with new technology comes new ideas and new
responsibility.
With new technology comes great responsibility. No. What I'm saying is that if we can move past this generation and go into something new, and that's why I'm so hoping that in the next generation we get something really innovative. And I'm not just talking about a tablet for a controller. I'm talking we need to get more...
The only thing I've heard about the next generation from Sony and Microsoft's standpoint is that they're going into cloud gaming as standard.
Well, that's not...
It's not going to change much.
This basically...
That's not what I'm talking about.
I know, but it's basically saying that really this will make it easier for them to bring over older games. And this basically means that they're just going to get lazy. They're going to... Well, I'd love to see a lot more classic games made available so people can replay them. It just means that it's going to be a bit of an easy answer.
It is. What's a band-aid fix? Because eventually people will just get sick of it. But what I'm saying is we need something that's really groundbreaking. Just something to come in, like even if it's from
aliens.
No, we need something that's maybe not from current companies. We need a new
wizards,
just a new presence to come in.
Well, they have. Well, Valve have been teasing that they're making a console, so.
Well, that would be interesting because I know Valve, and I know that they, even though they can't count to 3,
they need to release a new and improved version of the Virtual Boy. Is what you're saying?
That will be the day that the gaming community is saved.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the consoles moving on at least one more generation for Microsoft and Sony, but that's
eventually
it.
After that, everyone will just give up on gaming altogether because it's just not.
Yeah, I don't see the point of moving on to console generation because really people say, "Oh, it will be such a big difference." No, it won't.
No.
It won't really.
The only thing that will really change.
That years ago, when they said, "Oh well, 360 will be so different from like a Xbox normal," it's like, well, yeah, the graphics change, but it's still the same game. It's still the same experience.
Yeah.
It's not that fantastic.
Back in the day, the Xbox One's graphics were fucking HD.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So
hell, I can still remember picking up a video around here which said HD.
Yeah.
Alright, fuck.
But yeah, but I'm not saying. I reckon we need an extra. I reckon Valve should actually jump in or maybe even if Sega gets some more money. Just we need.
Nah, Sega are really in the shitter right now.
What I'm saying is, I think maybe we need because all these other companies are stagnating. We need a new company or an old company to come back in and just stir things up a little bit.
For me, now in my opinion, it's the smaller companies now which have the better ideas. Because I mean, like NIS America, they release all these. They might seem niche for a niche market, but they're making a lot of money out of it.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. We need to get small companies to come in and do more innovative stuff.
Yeah, and it's why all the indie developers are doing so well. That's why Minecraft did so fucking well.
Oh yeah.
Binding of Isaac, Super Meat Boy.
Yeah. That's why most of the time, whenever you hear people talking about games getting excited about it, it's because of an indie game.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what indie is, but
independent.
Oh, I thought that was the name of a company.
There's a genre now.
I think you've mentioned that like tons and tons of times, and I've never once heard of indie gaming industries or something.
You can download indie games on the 360.
Yeah. I know now.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Anyway.
So anyway,
yeah,
what have we learned? We have learned that we need to get indie developers more freedom.
Yeah.
We need to some things in gaming that should stay, like they said with cloud gaming. I think definitely like network gaming should stay. Obviously, 3D gaming staying, and the stuff we don't need, like voice interaction, we don't need it. We got all the controls. So they are learning, but they're not changing.
Yeah. Anyway,
we'll just have to see what happens in the next 5 years, because the next 5 years are going to be incredibly crucial for the gaming industry.
It will change the industry as we know it when we buy a new console. As the promise of every new console.
Yeah. Alright, finally, let's move on. Keeping with NIS America, they have announced that they are working on Hyper Dimension Neptunia Victory, which is coming next spring to US and Europe. But they're also
the title too.
Vinny Victory.
Yeah. But they've also said that the Neptunia iPhone app is also going to be released.
The what now?
A Neptunia iPhone app.
Fucking mobile gaming.
It's not actually mobile gaming. I don't really know what it is. I think it's basically
is it
like
dating sim.
I don't.
What?
Kind of. I think it's basically like the characters talk to you. It's just
creepy.
like the
replacing your friend.
It's basically.
It's called Neptune.
I don't fully know what it is because I know it got released in Japan, but I don't fully understand it.
You've got the internet. Get on Google.
Not many people talk about it. I've seen people talking about it, but not really describing what it is.
Games replacing your friends. That's it.
Hi, this is my girlfriend. Her name is Nretsew.
I brought her in the store.
Yeah, I know. I met her in the store.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be getting the game because I'm a sucker for the Neptunia games.
Of course you are.
Yeah, but I still laugh at people about the hardcore fans of the series, because before NES America announced this, they were saying if they decide to call it Hyperdimension and not what its Japanese name is, I will screw them over so much.
Oh wow!
I'm like, you idiots.
Oh, we got a badass over here.
I know. I was laughing so much when they announced that it was called Hyperdimension, not Ultra Dimension. I'm like,
you're gonna
who the fuck cares? It's one word.
It's pretty trivial at best.
I know.
None greater, really.
I have green eyes.
Yes. It just made me laugh so much that people were complaining about one word being different.
Or something.
One person talk at a time, fellas.
Ah.
But you're the one who keeps talking over. Shut up.
Yeah. Oh,
Alright, I'll continue.
Why did I say fellas when we're all girls? So I need to get my mental shit right, because those hormones are really fucking me over right now.
What about female voices? Will this be dubbed over?
No.
We let ZZ do all our voices for us.
No, you should just change the pitch so we all sound like chipmunks.
Yeah, that's what I said. Change it. But,
Oh, God.
Continue.
Anyway.
I still like to see that though. ZZ pretending to be all of us in a different voice of hers.
Hi, I'm Nretsew. No, Nretsina, or whatever. Fuck you, Karto. You turned me into a chick, you bastard.
Bastard.
You bastard. You bastard. You killed Kenny.
Yeah.
This is getting very weird, so let's move on.
I can't hold that voice for too long because it hurts my throat.
Right. Tales of Excelia 2 announced quite a few things recently. They announced that they were going to have Madoka Magica DLC costumes, which I really do want to see because that'll be hilarious.
That would be fucking great.
But it also means that if the game does get released over here, we'll never get them.
Of course.
But they also announced, this is something that I do quite like. It will have a crossover system with the first Excelia game.
Ooh.
What this basically means is that select costumes will be available on both games.
Right.
This basically means that the costumes you bought for the first game will be available in the second game.
I thought you were basically talking about like choices you made in the first game would pass over.
Nah, it's more
Which is actually something I'm quite upset about, because besides Mass Effect series, no game has really done that effectively.
Yeah.
And even Mass Effect kind of failed at the end about it.
Yeah, they kind of failed at the end. Well, the DLC does fix that, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
a little bit.
it fixes as much as it could.
But then,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm still waiting for the
Personally,
promise of a game that can
although
actually
we shouldn't be
carry
talking,
your
although we shouldn't be talking about this because it was so ages ago, but I will say that if they had an ending like the DLC ending when the game came out, I would have been perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
There would be no issue. The problem was because there wasn't that extra context to what was going on. That's why everyone got pissed off, because it's like random Star
You know
Trial,
what they should have done?
random
They
shit.
should have basically said ending to be continued through DLC. They don't give you the ending. That would have pissed off so much.
That would have been EA though.
Yeah.
That would have been. No one would have been.
Oh
mad
yeah,
about
that would be EA's
Yeah.
idea.
That would have been EA's bullshit.
Well, this well, just going back to this. So, like I was saying, this basically means that DLC you purchase for the first game can also be used in the second game, and vice versa.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you can actually get costumes made for the second game available in the first one. So it makes it a lot more worth it, in my opinion. True. Especially considering the fact that DLC costumes from Namco Bandai are incredibly expensive. Yep. But if you're buying it for 2 games instead of 1, it does make it a bit more worth it, in my opinion. Just a bit.
True. Because if you're paying the amount that you would pay for 2 costumes for 1 game, that's just a...
Then they...
Not to mention, you're not actually going to go back to that game when you get the new one. So.
Then they also announced something else which I really actually kind of find quite cool. If you have either save or clear game data from the PS3 version of Vesperia, Graces F or Exilia 1, you unlock special attachments for your characters in Exilia 2.
Ooh, bonus shit.
Yeah, so if you actually are a firm follower of the game series, you'll actually get more out of Exilia 2, and I quite like that.
Well, that's how it should be. You should be congratulated for your loyalty, is what I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was basically saying before about continuing storylines from decisions. I mean, that's so much more meaningful than actual costumes. And the costumes are great and whatnot, and even extra characters, most definitely. But it would mean more to your experience of the franchise if your story changes by your decisions. Permanent.
Well, I'm hoping... I'm going to actually wonder, because now that BioWare has actually finished... Well, they mostly finished with the main trilogy of Mass Effect, what are they going to do now?
I mean, I would like to see, like, a continuation of, like, Fallout 3 from all your decisions you made there. That would be very
Well, that's the thing. It's just the fact that they have to give you an end point.
Yeah, they do. Which is what Mass Effect 3 did, which is why I'm saying, what would BioWare do? Like, I reckon they should just make a new trilogy. Just something completely different. That's not Mass Effect.
Yeah.
They just come up with a completely original concept and just run with it. Because that's what they did with Mass Effect. They just came up with a small concept of just the main concept, and then they just expanded on it. So I reckon if they just did that. But then again, the majority of BioWare is leaving. So
yeah.
I actually don't know how long BioWare is even going to last as a company anymore. So.
Well, I just say this: blame EA.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. Now, obviously, I've said this many times. I love the Idolmaster. I thought it was a great series, and I like the game as well. Now they've announced a new anime based off Idolmaster.
Squee!
It's actually it's called
you can do it.
Right. It's called if I can say this right, Puchimas. Petite Idolmaster.
What a shitty name.
It's actually going to be based off sort of like I think it's like a fan manga, something like that.
So it's a fan page.
Yeah, something like that. It's actually about the idols living alongside chibi versions of themselves.
The fuck?
And it's like each of the chibis expresses like just takes one of their character traits to the extremes.
Oh no!
So like,
I'm just imagining the slutty one.
Yeah, so like Mickey's chibi is, I believe, incredibly lazy, even because Mickey herself is quite a lazy character.
Yeah. So basically, cartoon extremes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically the regular characters living alongside these extreme versions of themselves.
Extreme.
And really, I don't know what to think about it.
Well, it sounds stupid.
I know.
It sounds stupid, but it might be good for a laugh.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, might be good for a little bit of a chuckle.
I don't know if it's actually going to be a full series, because they haven't really explained much about it. They've just said the anime was announced and there is going to be like an episode 0, which is going to be bundled in with something. I'm like, does that mean there's a full series, or is this an OVA series? I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah.
A big series that a lot of people were kind of looking forward to, a lot of them, especially in America, I believe, and I know ZZ and Preston, I believe ZZ and Preston were excited to this, I'm not certain.
Who were they?
They're barely here, so
Bakuman, which is a series actually. Bakuman is a series about. I believe it's actually about the manga industry.
Not to be confused with Bakuman, which is the one which is to do with the balls and shit.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with that.
How could I confuse them? I didn't know either.
They sound exactly the same though. It's really weird.
It is a bit weird. But yeah, Bakuman was going to be released in America, but got cancelled.
Somewhere at a party, you can hear ZZ crying.
Yeah.
Like you can just.
I think we can hear her now.
Yeah. Like you can just hear it's a slight whine. Just go.
Yeah, I believe this was because the company who had the rights actually went bankrupt.
Well,
it's a manly cry today.
Well, but then we have the thing over that Manga UK, I believe, are going to be releasing the game here in the UK.
You love stories like this. You love the UK.
You love
sniping America's games.
Yeah. It's going to be released. It's going to be released here in the UK in sub only. This basically means that this is the only time I can think of where Manga UK have actually got sub only right.
Oh my god, America's losing out quite a lot now.
Yeah.
This is interesting turn of events.
Leaves more space open for New Zealand.
Now you will always be last in the world.
I know. Small country, bomb country, blood, blare.
Right, I just got to go down.
Guys,
I just got to go downstairs for a quick second.
Oh, okay. Bit, isn't it?
I'll edit this bit out. So.
Have fun.
Yeah, we just discussed Guild Wars.
Yes, we shall.
Yeah.
The game is really, really good. Like it's definitely one of the best games I've played this year.
Yeah, I'm assuming you actually picked it up because of Angry Joe. Yeah. Yep. You're quite a fan of him.
He is actually. I just like him because he's really good.
Yeah, I was considering getting Guild Wars myself because basically when Angry Joe was discussing about them, he said basically both games had voice acting, which is obviously a must for me being dyslexic. But I don't know. I felt kind of cheated because I still don't know what the hell I'm doing in even Star Wars right now.
Well, Guild Wars.
Would you assume I'd be just as lost in Guild Wars?
I would assume you would. We were talking about Guild Wars. Shut up.
Yeah, I kind of heard.
Yeah. Well, I reckon you probably would be kind of lost, but you'd catch on quite quick because it does tell you where you need to go quite well. Like there's always. Well, actually, no. Here's the thing. It actually doesn't, but it does. You only have one. If I hear me out here, you only have one quest that's marked on your map, and all the rest of the quests
at a time. How
no. Hear me out. But all the rest of the quests you just walk into, and you do. Like you don't even have to talk to anyone.
So it's like you got one main quest, and all the others are like sub quests you can do.
Yeah. Not even that. Because here's the thing: most of the heart quests, which is what I call them, because all the quests are marked with a little heart, which is what the person is that you do the quest for. Basically, all you have to do to finish the quest is do tasks for the guy or the person, which can be anything. You could be killing things, or you could be cutting down trees, or you could be picking apples, or you could be like. There's a whole bunch of different things.
Wow, that's one exciting RPG.
Well, it actually is. You'd be surprised because there's even events like just random
pie cooking.
Well, there was this random thing. I was walking around.
I mean, jeez.
Here's the thing. I was walking around, and I came across this event, which was just a random event that these random things just happen. And instead of being like going like you and a group have to go and kill something, it was a group of guys hitting trees with swords and picking apples off the ground and then handing them to the guy, and at the same time trying not to get killed by a bunch of angry spiders that were coming out of the trees.
That's quite bizarre and hilarious.
But it was really fun though. Like it was, the quests are really interesting and really fun, and there's like all, and they're just scattered all over the map. Like you just randomly come across things. They do repeat themselves, but like you just come across them. So there's actually like zero direction in terms of quest and development. The only quest that you actually have to go to is the main quest, which is your personal story quest, which is just marked by a little green dot. And the thing about that is those quests are actually really fucking hard.
Like I actually like the idea of that because, the game I'm playing now, Star Wars, obviously, every single quest involves like combat, and I would like to like maybe do an investigation or pick up a rather difficult like scavenger hunt, or not everything has to be combat. I mean, I would like to see like engineer class of like character who could be like technical, fix shit that no other class of character could do. It's just all combat. I mean, it's fine. That should be the main part, but it's like over and over again.
Yeah.
The combat. Speaking of combat, the combat is amazing. Like it's incredibly fluid. Like everything just flows, and like once you get, I mean, it's a little bit clunky at first, but once you get used to it's all about your timing and using certain moves. It's just coming up with a strategy that works for you.
Yeah.
And you choose your weapon, and you decide, like I'm a Mesa, like a Mesmer or whatever they are. The ones that are they use. Basically they're kind of like duelists that use illusion magic. Right. And what I do is I use two swords, and I create clones of myself, which distract the opponent, while I basically wail on them with the swords. But there's more technique to it than what I'm making it sound, though, because you have to get the clones up, and the clones don't have much health, so you have to monitor what's going on while dodging the enemy's attacks, while getting ready to use your massive slashy attack that you've got. It's really, really interesting and really fluent.
Kind of regrettable for me. I chose what I assumed was the most simplest class, in that it's like the most simple tactic you would use, which is just whack him over the head. But there's so many like extra moves. So I'm assuming every single class of what I have in my game is equal to every other. So that's where I was sad, because I would assume.
Well, here's the thing with Guild Wars. Not only do you have all the 8 classes, but for each class has different weapon skills for each weapon, and you unlock them by basically using the weapon. Yeah, and it doesn't take long to unlock all the skills either. I mean, you can basically unlock every single weapon skill in 3 or 4 battles. Like every weapon skill is unlocked. Like you basically unlock every single weapon skill incredibly quickly, which is good because it allows you to get your just get straight into it. And the thing is, it leaves so much room for strategy, because you could have, for instance, the Mesa uses a greatsword, right? However, the greatsword isn't
combat, as I understand.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the greatsword isn't used as a greatsword. It's used as a laser sniper rifle. I shoot lightning bolts out of it.
That sounds awesome.
I turned a greatsword, which is something that you would imagine someone swinging, and you basically like lift it in between your 2 hands, and you shoot lightning out of it. And it's freaking awesome. And the attack actually gets more powerful the further away you are from the opponent, which is why I call it a sniper rifle. So for every 300, every unit or so I am away from the enemy, it does significantly more damage. And it's man. So I basically use 2 swords, and then my backup is like my long range is the greatsword.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm very tempted by Guild Wars. It's one of the very few MMOs I've ever been interested in possibly getting.
I recommend get it.
Yeah, but I think really with me right now is the fact that I've been hearing so much about like people's accounts being hacked and everything.
Oh, they're working on that.
I know, but I've heard that a lot of people had that literally within the last week. So
yeah, well, they're working. They are working on that.
If they get it fixed and I hear that there's no real problems with that anymore, then I'll possibly think about getting it.
I'll point you to.
Then they'll release a new one.
Yeah.
I'll point you towards this, which was released on September the 21st, which is basically the guy who does all the security actually giving people tips on how to not get hacked.
Well, that was
because the majority of it actually isn't them. It's actually people who's had their passwords hacked from other stuff, and then they use those passwords to hack into Guild Wars. So, basically, that help you not get hacked. Essentially, that article.
Well, virtually, I think I'd be fine with that because virtually every new thing that I use a password with, I use my main password, but with a slight variation on it.
Well, no, you can't even do it because they do slight variations.
No, you said they basically see one password through one account or whatever.
No, they see one password through one account, but they also create different variations of that account, of that password to test. The guy goes into it in the thing, actually. He talks about how they don't just use your main password. If you change the password slightly, they actually go through about, what did he say, 3 or 4 different variants before they quit and move on to the next person. So you need to, I'm using a completely different password to what I use on everything else for my Guild Wars.
Yeah.
I use something random.
Yeah, because I've got...
I'm not really that concerned anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a pretty good security program. There's bound to be millions of computers they could be accessing at once. I don't have any actual, shopping information. I don't have any credit card details. So, I'm fine, really.
Like I said, the security and also they're also blacklisting because they're actually monitoring the hackers as they do all this stuff, and they're making a list of all the passwords that they're using, and you cannot actually use any of those passwords to create an account with now.
Oh,
and that is actually, if you actually look at the guy, he says that's actually reduced the amount of games getting hacked to almost 0.
Have they actually investigated this person doing this?
Oh no, it's
looking into it.
It's more.
I mean, I'm sure there's multiple people, but
they can't figure out who it is, but they're actually live watching.
Damn
the
you,
people
China! Sorry.
But yes, as I said, Karto, the security issue is being looked at, and they are actually, in my opinion, doing a really good job in terms of their security.
Yeah, I'll leave it for a little bit longer then, see what happens.
Because it is actually quite expensive, even though it doesn't have a subscription.
Oh
yeah.
Your level 1 character is so gonna get hacked.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at about level 18 now. Well, no, 18, 19, and I got the game about 3 or 4 days ago. So level pretty good actually as well. But then again, I've been playing it basically non-stop. So
yeah, me too.
It's really good. And it does get quite hard too in the later stuff. It can like I said, you just got to work out the strategy. And the thing is, the Mesa class is not designed to fight more than 2 people, because it's a duelist class. Right. It's actually more suited for PvP. But the thing is, so what I have to do is I use the Great Sword to lure one of the enemies out of the group, and then I basically wait till they get close, then switch the swords, and then wail the fuck on them. and that strategy works. So,
All right.
Anyway, back to the podcast.
Yeah. Well, we've only got 2 more news stories to cover, so
we can make this a special extra.
No, I'll leave it all in. So.
All right. Anyway, back to
yeah, he was so gonna cut that out.
Yeah. Saban, the people who are behind the Power Rangers, have picked up the rights to the Digimon franchise.
Oh.
And plan to release the latest series Cross Wars as Digimon Fusion.
Yeah.
People were bitching in the comments they were bitching that was such a generic title, and I'm going, it's for kids.
Digimon Data Squad isn't a generic title.
Yeah.
Digimon Adventure isn't a fucking generic title.
Yeah.
Fuck, even Digimon Tamers, that's not a generic title to you.
Yeah.
What the fuck, guys? Come on.
Well, they're just looking for anything to bitch about.
I know. It's so stupid. It's just be thankful that Cross Wars is getting some sort of dub, if anything, to go alongside all the other Digimon series.
I mean, there's got to be just something for them to bitch about. I mean, that's their whole existence. That's basically what the idea about Deucey McNickpick is all about. It's just that internet troll who's just out there. He's like, ooh, I don't like this. Surely everyone will follow my opinion of this. It's like, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yeah, come on. That's just. No, I'm sorry. That's just sad.
I know. It's like, what? You were expecting it to be called Crosswatch, which is spelled X-R-O-S?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
surely a little kid
you
can pronounce
Internet
that.
critic, something else. Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, because I mean, the actual Cross Wars is actually about Digimon being able to fuse together.
Yeah.
What else were they going to call it?
Splicing.
Digimon splicing. That would be great. Digimon splicing.
That just conjures up very weird images in my mind.
Oh, don't think about it.
Yeah.
Don't think about it.
I don't know what you're talking about, really.
Right.
When I hear splicing, I think of Batman Beyond.
Right. Final news story that I've got. And Nretsew, you're probably going to laugh at this.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So giggle like a girl.
Yeah. Wait. Anime Network, who stream a lot of anime online in America, picked up the streaming rights to Love Ru Darkness. Wait. The reason I'm talking about this is because of what happened just a little bit after the first episode was put up.
See, that wasn't even the funny part.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I heard about this.
They just not too long after they released the first episode, they quickly pulled everything about the show from their site. Now, the common belief is the fact that they might have actually shown the first episode early than they should have, so they've actually lost the rights to the show. But I like the joke reason of they didn't know what the show was actually about.
Which is probably true.
So they probably were surprised by all the boobies.
There was boobies. I must get into this.
It was probably censored.
It was the censored version, but I just love that joke, that idea that they didn't know what To Love Ru was.
Sorry, it's hitting me now. Like, after you've seen it, it's hitting me now just how fucking stupid this is.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, if even before I knew that it had an anime, I knew what To Love Ru was, you know?
You mean there's
like, I knew about the manga. Oh, To Love Ru is one of the most famous.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
To Love Ru is very famous. I haven't read the manga or watched the animes myself, but from what I hear, it's definitely something that I definitely look into. So,
a lot.
Yeah, I just love the fact that they got the rights to it, then as soon as I just love the idea that them getting the rights to it, then putting the first episode out, then going, oh shit, what is this?
Yeah. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see a 4Kids version of, like, Elfen Lied. To see what's in it.
that would be the best fucking dub ever.
That would be absolutely worth seeing.
Now, I would love them
Dan Green plays the main character.
No, it'd be Jason Griffith.
Well, Jason Griffith's the main character, and, who would Dan Green play?
Dan Green would be like the mercenary, or the or one of the scientists.
It would just be basically the guy moves into the restaurant and, like, end. Because they can't show anything.
No, they'll show messing around with the clock, but that'll be it. All that for about 20 minutes.
And then it's like the soldiers on the beach with, like, umbrellas or something instead of machine guns.
Yeah, well, if they did actually show the scene where Lucy just like rips the other girl apart, instead it would be her ripping off her clothes, which would just be so stupid. It would like be ripping off sleeves.
Yeah. Stop, or I'll shoot
it would just be a push that they have to like blur out or something. She's the most dangerous alien on the planet. She pushed her over.
Funny. This is incredibly funny though. Like,
I'd so love, because we see a bridge series all the time. I'd love to see people doing 4Kids versions of all these popular animes.
Then why don't we do it?
No, because do you know how hard that would be?
Oh come on, do it.
It will give us something to actually fucking do.
I have enough
You know
on my
someone's
plate
gonna do
right
it.
now.
Whoever's listening to this.
Yeah.
Well, the two other people listening.
It happened with Death Battles. We came up with the idea, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
joking. We came up with the idea and
Yeah,
basically
people,
did it.
anybody listening to this, do it. Do 4Kids versions of popular anime, starting with Elfen
Particularly
Lied.
violent ones. I would...
It turns out little Karibo is listening in right now. Get on you, mate.
Yeah, but yeah, that's...
Karto, you want to play a children's card game? I'm sorry, because the reason I say I bring that up is because my friend who gets a lot of anime on his laptop, he basically came to school with every single episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. That was a good fucking day.
Even the vagina monologues.
We basically just sat there, like, it was a study, like, because everyone else had exams, we basically just sat there for the entire day watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge.
I can see him being very popular for that month or so.
Oh yeah, he was. It was fucking great.
I mean, I was popular just by installing a game on our school's computer, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge? Yeah, kidding me.
Yeah, that kid's the shit, you know. You don't fuck with Cody.
Sorry,
But yeah.
as soon as you said you don't fuck with Cody, I immediately thought, what, Cody from Digimon Series 2 is there?
No.
to whom he's named after.
Because it's just the fact that Cody 02 practices kendo. So it's like, you don't fuck with Cody.
You don't fuck with Cody, no.
Yeah, that's all the news I've got. Really, I should actually mention everything that's been going on the site recently and why updates have been so slow.
Oh,
because your internet shit.
Yeah.
The Skype virus, but okay.
Nah.
Oh, I might actually do that as well.
Yeah. Basically, I should explain. The reason Neptunia has been on hold after I promised new parts up daily.
Because we can't be fucked.
No. It's the fact that my internet is so shit. It takes about 4 hours to upload a single part, and whenever I do, my internet connection almost completely drops.
Damn, Karto, stop looking at porn to get viruses on your computer.
Stop reading your erotic manga and start getting to upload them.
Yeah.
Shut up. So I've been trying. What I've been trying to do is actually use the internet connection.
Appropriately.
I've been trying to do it when I'm at my course.
Right.
I've been trying to upload parts there, but there I'm only there once a week, and for some reason I can't connect to the internet there.
Probably because you used up all your
No. It's the problem with my wireless router.
Right.
I've been trying to get a new one to replace it, but I haven't been able to so far.
Now, what have we learnt today? We have learnt that wireless routers are shit, and you should use a wired one.
Yeah, I knew that from the beginning. I thought,
just use a wired.
Yeah, but I can't do that with the ones that in York, because it's like I have to plug it into my laptop. But then it's a problem of it won't still won't allow me to connect if I don't have the password, which is only allowed by certain people.
Yeah, I don't know the password to my own internet. My brother's trying to use my brother's trying to use the internet for his tablet. I don't know the password to my own internet. I can use it on the computer, of course, but
yeah. So that's
technology sucks.
That's basically what's going on with Neptune. It will resume once I've got the internet issue figured out. Other than that, the reason there hasn't really been any other videos from ZZ and Preston over the last month it's because ZZ is actually in her final year in her course, so she has to focus. She has a lot of stuff going on, so she doesn't have that much time. Though she has said she really does want to do a lot more commentaries. So she's going to try and contribute something.
Commentaries are easy. I wish we could get back to doing
that. The problem is the fact that she's focusing on her schoolwork, and Preston also now has a job. So they don't they don't have a lot of time together that much anymore. But Zizi has said she's going to be contributing something for Otakuween this year.
Ooh.
And they've also said that they're going to try and do commentaries on every single episode of Little Busters.
Oh shit!
Have we got anything planned for Otakuween besides that?
No, because I've got my hands full. Because I've got to get this video up. I've got to get the season outlook done. I've got to get the season review done.
Which we have to do at some point.
Yeah, we'll be doing the season review next. We'll be recording season review next week.
Convenient events are in order.
I mean, Hunter,
I think it's time for Team Snap to save the fucking day.
Yeah, Hunter, if you want to like team up with Nretsew and do like a video for Otakuween, that's fine.
Let's do a
But-
commentary or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can do stuff, but I've got my hands full, so I can't contribute something this year because I'm doing everything for the podcasts.
Well,
Not to mention, you're probably going to decorate the site, and that
I
takes
might
so
have
long.
to have a little bit of a talk to my old pal Cross, who's a bit of a. He if you think that I watch weird shit, this guy. All right, I'll have a chat with Cross and see if he can come up with some ideas. Might even get him on board to do
This
something.
guy, I can't even think of what he does.
Yeah, you can't even imagine the type of stuff that he watches. So
yeah, definitely expecting a scare with that.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be scary. It's going to be
probably
levity.
no, it won't be scary. It would probably be incredibly disgusting.
So in other words, it'll be horrifying to people's eyes.
Yes, indeed, that's the word I was looking for.
But yeah, so
This is tradition.
yeah, so if you could try and get something like that up sometime this month, then I'll definitely bring up the amount of stuff we've got for Otakuween.
Here's the thing. I'm also busy as well because I've got it's winding down my last. It's not my last year at school, but it's the last. Because I got to get this level 1 certificate and shit, and
Yeah.
I've got artwork I've got to do, and I've got to work on the speech and the PowerPoint that I showed you earlier.
Oh yeah.
In the week, and I got to do all this other stuff. So I'm not only. So I'm
Playing Guild Wars.
exactly, and also the fact that I haven't been able to get in touch. I got in touch with Pika a few days ago, but I keep telling him we got to do stuff for Halloween, but he hasn't gotten back to me with anything. So I figured I'm just gonna have to drag him into a call and just fucking do shit with him.
Yeah.
I
So
think,
that's
again, we've passed over Talk Like a Pirate Day again.
yeah.
I'm forever trying to get that holiday so I can actually talk like a pirate on like a podcast or something. No, never done it. Never remembered when it happened.
But yeah, so anyway, that's what's basically been going on the site. We're trying to get stuff out as much as we can, but we've all got other stuff going on in our real lives. We've got our hands full working on other videos, so we're doing what we can. But yeah,
Don't expect too much from us at the moment.
yeah.
Well, speaking of having a lot to do, how long will this curse last about us being women? Because I've got stuff
It will
to
be.
do once
It
it's
will
finished.
end. It will end at the end of this month,
Ah,
and you will understand what I mean by that with everything that goes up this month.
you idiot! You were meant to say it ends at the end of the podcast, so I've missed my opportunity to play with myself. You
No.
fucking idiot!
You've got a month to play with yourself.
These boobs are heavier than I thought they would be.
Mine are surprisingly fake. How does that
I'm not
even
surprised.
Real.
Really, I'm not
Mine are
surprised.
real, so shut. Ha! Mine are real, bitch.
happen? No
Bitch,
kids for me.
please.
No cat bites.
Bitch, please. My boobs are real.
It turns out I'm not a virgin. Oh.
Well, no. Your female self is not a virgin.
Which I wouldn't be surprised at.
Wait a minute. How the fuck does that work? Your male self is a
Whatever, just stop talking. It's humiliating.
We're too deep into this stuff. We should just. Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, so anyway, this has been Karto 989.
This is. You know, come to think of it, we didn't actually say our intros correctly. You know what? I was actually planning my intro. I was going to do an impersonation of the cat saying, "I have given pleasure to the world for having such a fabulous ass," and I didn't get to use it.
Well, you got to use it just then, so shut up.
All right.
So that's why his female self has lost his virginity.
Yeah.
Ah.
Through her ass.
Dead ass.
Yes,
this is Nretsew knows to happen. These breasts are fucking heavy.
Yep. For the Takaween entry for 2012. See you next month.
Have a happy.
Happy Halloween!
Up to play with ourselves.
Oh yes.
Indeed.
Oh
Hello,
God.
This is going to be a really interesting month.
Okay. Bye everyone. Bye. I'm actually going to hang up.